Hi, this is Ansuman and this is the Node.js course. So let's talk about what is Node.js. Well, Node.js is a JavaScript runtime, which means JavaScript code are executed into machine code that is other than the browser. It builds on Chrome's weird JavaScript engine, which is mostly written in C++. So it's added the functionalities of C++ like file manipulation, file reading, file outputting. So Node.js is used as a server, is used as a backend side for the website. So let's get started with installing the Node.js into our computer. We are going to install the latest version, that is 13.5.0. I have already installed it into my computer. You can install into your computer by clicking the installer and saving the file. And the procedure of installation is very easy. You can install it into your computer. If you have installed it into your computer, you can go to your command prompt and you can check if you have installed or not by typing this node space dash dash version. You can see I have the latest version, that is 13.5.0. Now, how can we write code of JavaScript into our computer other than the browser? So for getting into it, we are going to write command, that is node, which opens a new command prompt, that is node command prompt. And if you console log your name, my name is Ansuman, so if I type Ansuman, you can see I got Ansuman. Well, we are not going to write our JavaScript code in the command prompt. We are going to use text editor. Well, for now, I'm going to cancel the process by doing Control C. Now, I'm going to use my text editor that is called Sublime Text. You can use your own favorite text editor that you use. So I'm going to change my directory to the D. I'm going to create a new folder. It is Node. I'm going to go to this folder, that is Node. I'm going to open with Sublime Text. If you are using Visual Studio Code, then you can use code space dot. Now, I'm going to create a new file. Let's call it app.js. Now, if I console from here, then you can see that the output we will get after executing this file is the same that we get in the command prompt. Let's type hi, welcome to the Node.js course. Now, for executing this file, we are going to use node space the name of the file, that is app.js. You can see that it's log into the command prompt, that is hi, welcome to the Node.js course. We can also use node space app because the node knows that the command, that the file that is going to be get executed is a JS file. So if I execute this, we can get hi, welcome to the Node.js course. Now let's see how can we get the functionality or an object of another file to our app file. So I have created a new file that is called utils.js. So if I create a new object, like for my profile, and I'm creating a new object in which the fields are name and age. And if I create a new function, let's call func, which takes two parameters a and b, which returns the sum of these two parameters. So it's an ECMAScript 6 ES6 JavaScript syntax. So you have to know this syntax. I'm going to use mostly this one. So if I'm going to export these functionalities, these objects into this file, we have to use the node objects that's called modules. Modules dot export or module dot exports, and just give the object that you want to give to the app.js file. So let's obj object and func. Now we are going to import these objects into our app.js. So how can we do this? Well, the import keyword is not used in the Node.js because it is not yet implemented in the Node.js environment. So its use is require. So how can we use this? Well, we are going to create new const of the objects that we are created here, and by extracting the objects like this, obj and func, and requiring the file name. The file name is ./utils.js, or you can also write utils because it's know that it is a JS file. So if I console log into our command prompt obj and console log the sum of the function that we have created, func 3 and 4. So if I execute this file into our command prompt, then you can see that we got the object that we have created in the utils.js file and the function that we have created, func 3 and 4. 3 plus 4 means 7. There are two important keywords that is used in the Node environment, that is dir name and file name. So if I console log in our command prompt the value of dir name, we will get the directory name of the file. And if I use file name, we will get the name of the file, the full part of the file. So if I execute this one, we will get, oh just a sec, oh there is dot, sorry. Now if I execute this one once again, we will see the part of the file name, that is d/node, and the file, the full part of the file, that is d/node/app.js. Now we are going to see something called file system. Well, we know that the Node is built on C++, so it uses the C++ functionality like of the file system, file handling. So there are some functions that Node provided, that Node itself provided. So we are going to remove the contents of the app.js, and we are going to use a module called file system. And what file system do is that it helps to create a file, it's read into the file, it's write into the file, it's append to the file. So file system is a core module of the Node.js. So for requiring the core module, the file system, we are going to use const fs, that's any name that you can use, fs we are going to require from the file system, and it's short for fs. This is must. Fs is file system. Okay, file system is not going to be written fs. So for creating a new file, so for appending into the for writing into the file, we are going to use the fs module. So for this, fs dot the function name, that is write file sync. It's the function of the fs module. So you can give here the part of the file, or you can I'm going to create a new file here in the node folder. So I'm going to write the file name, that is app.txt, and the content of the file that you are going to be written. So it's hi, welcome to the Node.js course. If I execute this file in our command prompt, you will see that the new file, that is app.txt, is being created. So now how can we read this file? For reading this file, fs provides another function, that is fs.readFileSync, and the parameter is the name of the file or the part. So if I type this, you will see that it provides a buffer. So this is not the data that we want to get. Well, it's a raw data. For getting the actual data, we are going to convert the data into the raw data into the string. For this, the .toString function is being used. So now if I re-execute this file, you will see that we get the hi, welcome to the Node.js course. Now for appending to this file, we are going to use another function, that is append file sync. The name of the file, and let's say Ansuman Ansuman. So now if I write this, and you will see, if I execute this file here, you will see, oh, once a second, oh, I have written wrong name, append, the D is missing. If I re-execute this file, you will see in the app.txt we will get Ansuman. And now we are going to see something called npm, that is Node Package Manager, which comes with Node.js, which helps to import third package manager like Express, Nodemon, and many more. So in our current folder, there is no package.json file. So to initiate this, we are going to use npm init. By using this command, we have got the package name, all the initials that are needed for creating package.json file. Now I'm just entering the keyboard key, that is enter, and enter. And if we see in our folder the package.json file, all the things that are written here is created here. So right now it's useless for us. So whenever we run our node script, we are using node app.js or node app. So for avoid this, it comes with a default keyword that is start script, and in this we have to write in double quotation node app.js. When we do this, and if we run npm start into our command prompt, this is going to be running into our command prompt. So for installing a third package manager, which is very needed for creating any project, we are going to use Nodemon, which is a third package manager library, which is used to auto restart our node prompt command, and it's mostly used in the dev dependency part because for development part it's needed. So it can be initiated by globally. That means it can be run anywhere from the command prompt by globally. We are going to use dev path for this. So for installing npm install for this project, npm install, saving the file library in the dev part and not more. It's going to get installed into our folder. Now you can see that it has been installed as a dev dependency part into our folder. So if I run from here from package.json by using another script that is dev part, which is not a default, and if I run nodemon app.js and save this file, and for it is, well, it is not a default part, so we are going to use npm run, which is a keyword for this part which is not default, and dev. So you see that it's a nodemon library and it's going to run always. There is any changes be done, it will be again run like this. If I save this again, it's going to run again, and you can see the value is changed. So we are going to create a server using express library. Right now I have created a file app.js, and I'm going to initialize npm into my folder using npm init-y, because express.js library is going to install from npm. So now we are going to install npm. We are going to install express.js library npm using npm install and saving dash save and express. In the meantime, we are going to create a const, let's say express, and requiring the module express, and also an app const, which is going to use express as a function, and app is going to listen to a port number, let's say 3000. So that's it, the server has been created, and you can see that express library is also being installed here. So for convenience, I'm going to start the server using a node1 and the file, it is node1 app.js, and now we are going to see how this express works. Well, express uses a concept called middleware. Well, each request is going to go through the middleware and response is going to set through from it. So it uses a set of middlewares. So now we are going to see how it's been done. So let's say app is using a function that's the use function, and it uses a request handler for this. Let's take two arguments necessarily, that is request response, and the next is a next function which is used for sending the next middleware, to sending the request to the next middleware. So how it's being used, we can see through by creating a new request, and next. And now if I console here, that's, let's say, first middleware, and let's say here console log second middleware, and if I run this file, you will see this, that this only file will be run, this only middleware will be run, this will not run. So for executing after this middleware to this, the next function is used. But let's see what will happen right now. So let's npm start this file. Nodebone is starting the file, and let's say localhost 3000, and right now there is no response is being sent, so it's like handling the response. So that is the first middleware. So if I write next here, you will see that if I refresh the auto restart a node, you will see that if I again localhost 3000, you will see the first second middleware is being run. That means this middleware, then after this middleware. But if I select a page like slash product page, this will also go to this middleware, and if I select slash shop page, this will also go to this middleware. So for selecting a specific page, we are going to use the route concept here. So before a callback function, there is a route options is being here used. So if I let's type add product here, and here slash, because it's going to be on home page, and we are going to remove the next because it's not going to be executed after this middleware to this. So now let's response back to with a HTML tag. Let's say here a form tag. So now I'm going to create a form tag which takes input. Let's have a type, let's call it text, and also a name, let's call it title, and that's is wrong because we are going to use inverted, and also say inverted. And now also a button is being used here, and it's a submit button, and also we are going to send back this result using the action to a product page, which is a method post. So if this will run, then it will go to the product route. So we are going to create a new route, let's call it app.useProduct, which takes request, response, and next, and it's a callback function, and it will redirect to it will respond back with a redirection to a slash page, and also we are going to respond back with h1 tag like hello from express.js. Now if I save this file and if I go to the localhost 3000 page, it will say local hello from express.js. And if I go to the add product page, it will show the form tag. And if I type books and it submit, it will go redirect to the express.js file. Now what's the response sent back with the form tag? Well, it's a post page and it will send to the product page, product route. So if I see what's the request get into the body, so that can be seen through request.body, but it will not give the correct answer, that the correct solution that is required here. So if I see add product here and go to the books, type books here, you will see that it gives undefined. Well, the response is being sent to through a JSON format, so we are going to use another functionality that is given by Express, that is express.url encoded with extended true. Now if I type this and if I go to the add product page and if I type books right now, you can see that it gives the console the request.body file. We can also send file through the response. So let's create files, HTML files. So let's say views, we are going to create a views folder in which there will be a product page. Let's say product.js, .html, and another one is shop.html, and so I have created two files, that is product.html and shop.html. The same way you can create into your own laptop or desktop. So the functionality we're going to use here, like we are going to remove the response.send method and we are going to use response.send file. So how it's being used here? For using this, we are going to use the core module, that is part here, and we are going to get from part, and this is used through a part dot join is going to join the directory part, that is where is the product.html set. So the dir name that we have used is going to give the directory name or the full part of the express demo, and we are going to the views folder and it's going to select the product.html page, and for this page, for this middleware, we are going to send the file, we are going to send file using part.join and using the dir name and go to the views and selecting the shop .html file. So now if I run this file, we are going to see, if I go to localhost 3000 and select add product, is going to go to the add product page. And if I type again books here, you will see that it is going to redirect to the localhost 3000 and say the title is the book. But you can see that if all the functionality is going to the in the one file, it's going to get very lengthy. So Express provides another module or a function that's called router, which is used as a mini Express for the folder for functionality. So if I create a like folder like a router, because this because we know that this is used for the product page and this is used for the home page. So we are going to create a folder for this, or a file that all the functionality will be reside on that file, and this functionality will be reside on one file. So let's say here like say product.js, and here also new file shop.js. So for requiring the router function, we are going to import the express module. For express module to require, we're going to use express. And for requiring the router, let's say the name will be router, and we are going to use express dot router for this. This will not be changed, this is fixed. So now if I cut this lines from here and paste into this file, and let's say, and let's also change the name app to the router, also this one to the router. Now if I use module.exports and export the router file from here, and also for the app we are going to cut from here and paste into the shop.sjs file, and also require the same functions, same libraries like express, and also requiring the router from express using express.router, also changing the name app to the router, and also exporting this one, the file module.exports, and we are going to require from here. So let's say const product router is going to get required from dot slash router slash product, and also const soap router from requiring the file from dot slash router and soap. And after that we are going to use the router here, app.use product router, and also the soap router, and all the files are being saved And now if I run again localhost 3000, it will give the same thing. And if I type again books, it will give the books. So this is the basic of the Express.js, and it will come very handy in the next video. So thank you.